I know what you're all thinking. Rexo, how do you never lose money on any of your signings? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make signings to make a profit in the future. Welcome back to Budapest Honvéd, the save where we're trying to take Puskas' old club all the way from the Hungarian Second Division to Champions League glory. Last couple of seasons we've been promoted, came second a few times, came first 3 times in a row on the bounce. This year, we've automatically gone to the Champions League, by the way. I didn't even have to qualify, which is lovely to see. I don't know how that worked, but we just got straight in, and we're dominating the league once again. But you care about the transfers. Before I go over them, subscribe, like this video, and I'll get straight into it. Okay, so how I do incredible transfers, and also those of you in the save, you want to know what I've done since last time we saw each other. I never buy people for more than I think they're worth. And I know that sounds really obvious, but even my huge £7 million signings, I know that they're going to eventually go up in value. Even my £5.5 million signing, I know, yes, and I know, I know he's worth less than 5.5 now, but he's 23 years of age, he's wanted by clubs. I am not selling him for less than 5.5. He is a starting player for us, he scores goals, he gets assists. I'm just not accepting a bid less than that. Or you sign players for free. Calvert-Lewin, bad example. But if we go down here, if we go back a few seasons to a free player that we brought in, like Stamenic, we brought him in on a free, sold him for £3.8 million. And you'll see that as I go through the sales that we made this season, starting with some loan moves. Owani's gone out again on loan, some free transfers, youngsters leaving the club. Ochia, no, that was last season. Let's try that again. So down the very bottom, you can see the transfers that we made at the end of last season. The first one being a sad one. Ruben Colwill, a bit of a legend of the save, came in on a free, sold him for £4 million. I'm also only selling players when they're at a high value. I'm not selling players when they're at a low value. It's just not worth it. Wait for them to rise and then cash in on them. Signings at the end of last season, I've had them before. Wisdom Ame. Someone explained it to me. I think it's Amai, I want to say. Am I the Italian centre-back, right-back, left-back? £1.8 million. Did I really need him? No. Will I make profit on him in the future? 100%. His relegation release clause was active. That is a great way to get players for under their actual value. 1.8 is a bargain for him. Oscar Vasquez, this man is a star. Centre-back, 6'6", 4-star current ability, 5-star potential, 21, already plays for the Colombian national team and comes in for just 1.7. You can't ask for much more. He is going to be a legend of this club someday, potentially already pretty good. £2.6 million. You got a tease of this boy last episode. This is the 8th season, by the way. His name is Zost Mohexi. There's not even a first game that I can say there. Mohexi we're going to go with for now. A 19-year-old, brought him in at 18, so he can be homegrown at club. Hungarian player, already playing for the national team, £2.6 million. Incredible year last year. Beat Forgux to the young player of the season, and he is starting for us. He hasn't started great. 1 assist in the league, 1 assist in the Champions League, but his stats are going up. His Beer, that's my cat. Go away. Love ya, but I'm busy. He just went to the microphone and now he's trying to clean up his plate. Let's ignore this. He's gone up in areas. Like he was 17 on his pace, gone up to 18. Agility's gone up too. Dribbling is up there high too. I don't think that's actually gone up, but it's high. He's got really good stats and 5-star potential. I think he's going to be a star player in the future. And then once again, another youngster, £2.3 million. I thought we needed more strikers. To be honest, I thought this guy would have a bit more potential. But again, even in the future, I've loaned him out because I'm not going to be playing him. I'm going to sell him for about 3 mil. I can almost guarantee that. I'm not selling him for less than 2.3. I will loan him out again if his value doesn't increase. Okay? This season, more sales made. Marquez, brought in for £500,000, sold for 2 mil. Just wasn't good enough anymore. Matondo, another legend of the club, bought him for £1 million, 3 million a sale. Just wasn't starting as many games. Loan moves, try and get the loan fees as much as you can, as I have in many situations here. There's no one really super noteworthy. There are some new signings that I have loaned out, which I'll show you in a sec. Sibley, a player that we bought in for a free £1.4 million. That's pure profit there, and we got to use him for years. This man, I remember activating a release clause of £3.8 million. That's again how you know you're getting under the estimated price. £7.25 million of profit there. Well, not profit, but you know what I mean. I have made about £4 million worth of profit there. Then we've got Fanini, who was a signing, who got upset immediately and asked to leave because he was homesick. So we sold him, and that was just, again, instant profit. No complaints there. Free signing. Not going to complain at all. But we did bring in some actual signings. 850k for a Hungarian, mainly just to get another Hungarian on the board. He'll be a rotation centre-back, but good for Champions League registration. So 850k, happy to spend that. This is the man that's already... No, he has already left, but he was a free signing, gone out on loan, a little bit of potential, but probably, again, just one I'm going to sell for a profit. Probably, again, another one I'm going to sell for a profit, unless he meets that potential. At this current moment in time, Roman's looking quite good, gone out on loan in the Hungarian division and playing very well. His potential was lower when he came in, though, so it has gone up a wee bit. Fingers crossed he reaches it, because if so, brought in a brilliant free signing there. Another free signing that I'm probably just going to sell for a profit. And for now, we're not paying his wages because he's over in the German Second Division, the Bundesliga II. And, you know, again, I'll sell him for a profit eventually. This is the man that we did sell already. Marlon has come in. Yes, I'm probably not going to sell Marlon for a profit. He'll probably retire, but £10,000 per week and good stats still. Very good to have around the club. Only scored 1 goal and 1 assist. I did originally think he was going to be our new striker. Hasn't ended up going quite that way. Next up is Filipovic, who I could have signed for £2.7 million last season. His value went down, and I got him for 900k. Left back option, as we did sell our left back, reserve in Bauer, so brought in another Serbian left back. This one slightly younger, probably about as good as well. So very happy to welcome him to the club, and he's doing okay as a rotation option. And then a loan move with a plan. He's currently got a contract that's set to expire at the end of the season, so I'm going to be swooping in for a free transfer if I can. He is decent. He's not a star, but he'll be a good rotation option, and I'm only paying £20,000 worth of his wages and £50,000 in total extra on top. So pretty much just paying that's like £25,000 per week. That's okay. That is what it is. That's less than his current wages in total at Juventus. So a steal for us. Not as many crazy signings as I expected. £26 million and £272,000 in the bank account left. I didn't mean to do that. There just wasn't that many crazy star players coming up that wanted to join our club. There is one player coming in the summer that looks good. He's a Russian striker, 6'6", like that. 14 finishing like that. 12 pace is okay, but lots of good stats. So I think he's going to be a good rotation/starter option. But this is who I really wanted. We had bids accepted, but we couldn't nail down his contract. Literally just out of our reach in terms of wage demand. But Robert is who I was targeting the whole time, and did mean that we didn't get to spend all of our money because I thought it was all going to go on a star striker who looked incredible. But it turns out we've already got a star striker in our club. Galletti, the New Zealander. I should have had faith. He has come in and scored 9 goals and gotten 1 assist from 5 starts and 6 appearances off the bench. He is now our starting striker, and he is playing incredibly well. My vision was to always move Martinez down into the cam spot this year, and I think it was the right call. His stats make more sense for a cam. I've said that before. 4 goals, 4 assists is kind of proving my point currently. I'd like to be able to train him down as a central midfielder so we can also do this 4-3-3 with a CDM, because we had a very shaky start to the season. It got me nervous. We had a draw, then a loss at home against Vasas. Yes, that was horrific. Another draw, and then finally got into winning ways. Lost our first game in the Champions League against Roma, but kind of would expect it. They just were better than us. They've got Nwaneri, really high value players that we just don't have at this club. And then we bounced back with a win and another win, so a decent start. But the game you're going to see today is us trying to break the curse. We have lost every single year in the last 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons, I want to say. to Ferencváros in the Hungarian Cup. No, actually, sorry, we didn't lose to Ferencváros in that one, but 3 seasons in a row to Ferencváros, often in the final. Let's break that curse and hopefully finally win the Hungarian Cup. I did promise a player that we would do it, so hopefully they've forgotten that promise. I know it was O'Brien. So O'Brien, maybe he's forgotten it, but I know the club definitely want us to do well in the Cup, win the Hungarian Cup is the goal. So let's not get knocked out. The starting 11 for today is going to be Galetti up top, Martinez and Cam. Aguiman has moved to that right-hand side. Yes, he is more suited to the Cam, but he is going to do a better job out on the wing than Martinez would. And I still want Galetti up front because he's doing so well at the moment. So Aguiman goes to the right-hand side. We got Mohaxi, who is coming out on that left-hand side. He's not been a star, but I love his potential. I love his pace. I just think it's a matter of time before he becomes good because he's got everything we need. It just needs to come together. We then got the South African man in central midfield, still with great potential, still with great ability. Kramar in the same boat. Both wonder kids at this point in time, which you love to see wonder kids coming into the club. I think Vasquez is also considered. No, he's not considered a wonder kid. But there was one other, O Petit, who is considered a wonder kid. Not starting today. Oh my gosh. Huge contract issues with him. I want to sign a new contract. He wants a new contract, but every time we go for it, £3.5 million release clause. Yeah, well, obviously I'm not going to do that. That's not going to help me make a huge profit on him. He's worth 7 mil. That is a stupid idea. Of course I'm not going to do that. So I walk away every time and he keeps getting upset. And I wish there was a setting. I wish there was a setting to say just get rid of the release clause or even up it to like 20 mil and I will sign you again. Very frustrating. I feel like in real life that would be an easily fixed issue. Mancini staying in that left back spot this season. Doing very well there. Pochettino, same in the right back spot. O'Brien, I would prefer Petit to be in there, but O'Brien just seemed to be doing better. Petit and Martinez didn't have a great link up. That's where we were losing and being shaky. I brought O'Brien in, and he's just continued to pick off where he left off last season. Very, very solid in defence, and our captain as well, to be fair. And then Robert in between the sticks. We have a good bench with below Petit. Amai, I think it is. Amai, I'm going to go with. Filipovic. Then Toma, who's one of those youngsters from last season, also with a very good potential. Kovac's still in here, a youngster from Serbia who's a central midfield option. He's just to fill out numbers. The Lonester, Horvath, who you know about, Esteval, who we also know about from last season, continuing to grow in his ability. So fingers crossed, despite the fact he's 2.5 star current ability, he will actually become quite good. And Mullen, with players like Laszlo in the reserves, Gull in the reserves, lots of people out on loan as well, but no one too special. I mean, Falusi you know about as well, but also just declining potential, unfortunately. So let's beat Ferencváros. Let's win this game. And let's not make this video too long, Rexo, because you have a tendency to talk a little bit more than you probably should. Like, let's be honest here. It's fine and dandy, but most of you have skipped to the game. Most of you have gotten a bit bored of me talking, and I respect that. Let me know down in the comment section below if you got bored. Let me know down in the comment section below if you didn't get bored. I appreciate it. I guarantee no one will comment. So if someone could prove me wrong, that would be very, very nice. Koulibaly's on it. I completely ignored the fact that they hit the woodwork because it wasn't good and it didn't go in, so I didn't need to acknowledge it. They're going with the 4-3-3 with 2 CDMs and a Cam, probably slightly more solid than ours. He's offside. I'm not even getting concerned there. Good. Okay, that was delayed. I did get concerned in the end. But I just find that this works for the players that we have the most. If we go down to a 4-3-3 with the CDM, Martinez actually has to be striker or wing, and I don't like that because he's only got 12 pace, which is okay, but I'd like a bit more for my wingers, and Mohaxi certainly has that. I tried a 5 at the back as a panicked approach after one game because we've got so many good defenders in O'Brien, Vasquez, Petit. We haven't even talked about Below, who's still a really good centre-back for us. But again, I just think it wasn't working. We also don't have enough strikers to do a 5 at the back, in my opinion, because I don't think 5 at the backs backs are worth doing unless you have really good wing backs or 2 strikers. And we don't have really good wing backs. We have good defenders, don't get me wrong. Mancini is a great defender. Pochettino is a great defender. Pochettino is actually quite a good wing back, but Mancini is certainly not. So it's not worth doing the wing backs, in my opinion. So it was an experiment. Didn't work for one game. I think we're going to stick with the 4-3-3. It's simple, it works, but try and retrain into that CDM spot as well, just to give us a bit more defensive solidity, especially against when we go into the big rounds of the Champions League. Let's stop talking about this because we are losing and we haven't even shown anything to make me think we shouldn't be losing. It is their ball into the mixer. A header by Igor, I imagine the man who played for Brighton. Thank you. I know you guys were screaming out through your videos that, but I can't hear because that's, it's a past YouTube video. I recorded it a while ago before I uploaded it, and I often do that. That's just how it works. Galletti, there we go, scores the goal to make it 1-1. I was talking about random things. He pulled me back on task, on topic. I'm a teacher, by the way, so very, very good at going off topic. Galletti puts it in, makes it 1-1. It's not actually looking as dominant for Ferencváros as what we've seen in the highlights. In fact, actually, the stats argue that we've potentially been the better of the 2 sides. I'm not going to tell them I'm happy, so I am going to tell them I'm not happy. I'm not happy, let's be honest, because stats are more in our favour. We are 1-0 on the night, although the highlights haven't been really going our way. So I'd like to see a little bit more from us in terms of highlights, but for now, not crazy scared. We've got a few subs that we can make up our sleeve. Galletti, I thought was going to put that in. Galletti. It's the second L that throws me off. It's Galletti. Galletti trying to score from a free kick there. Doesn't quite do it. I think I'm going to have to make some substitutes. Aguiman having an average game, probably because right wing, inside forward is actually just not his preferred position. So let's bring Esteval on as that attacking inside forward. Let's also bring off let's work out how to say his name. Pacarthy. That's not that hard. Why have I been dancing around that? Pacarthy. Bring on Toma, who's a solid enough CDM central midfielder. I mean, he's not perfect with the tackling, but he's got very good pass. He's got very good vision. Actually, we should probably just put him as a deep line playmaker. It kind of throws off the balance of the team a little bit, but I think it will be worth it to get a little bit more vision in there and create some more opportunities for the people going forward, like Martinez, like more Huxley, and of course Galletti, who has already scored in this game. 70 minutes gone, and we're continuing to look like the better of the 2 sides, and we're just completely ignoring the fact that we absolutely have a shocking track record against Ferencváros in this competition, because currently things are looking like they might go our way. If we get a chance in the last few minutes, anything could happen, and it looks more likely that with the shots going up, it's going to be our chance. There, another shot. Let's see a highlight at some point. Thank you, Football Manager. Players are looking tired in attack. Players are looking tired in midfield. I'm going to make another sub. Mohaxi, I love him. I love the idea of him more, actually, to be fair. He's not actually crazy good, but I love the idea of a 5-star potential youngster. I love the idea that he's Hungarian. I love the idea that he's got 18 pace. I love everything about him apart from his performances. So let's just get the performances, and then I'll literally love everything about him. Didn't end up getting that goal, but going to extra time with 3 more substitutes, so could easily bring Martinez off, Kramer off, and also we're looking like the better of the 2 sides, and they've just got a red card, and I'm going to try and pounce right on that right now by bringing off Martinez, bringing on lone player. I think it's the most logical one. Is he good at tackling? No, he's not good at tackling. I think I will make him the can. And then Kramer, I think, can stay because we actually just don't have a very good central midfielder, so he'll have to suck it up. Then we'll get Pochettino off, bring Amai on. It is definitely Amai. I remember saying Amai throughout whatever save it was. I want to say West Brom. I have a feeling it was West Brom. And just hope that means that we can get the fresh legs on enough. And with the extra man, get a goal, not take this to penalties, finally knock Ferencváros out, win the cup, win the league, win the Champions League, and end the series at the end of this. Marlon has helped me out by doing exactly what I wanted. Scoring a goal, Toma getting the assist as that deep line playmaker, that tactical change, exactly what we needed. Putting it in the top corner, and then now we just have to hold on. And you would expect with 10 men, we wouldn't be conceding too many chances. In fact, you'd put more money on us scoring again as we have the ball once again and are looking to go forward. Esteval is trying to look forward. He goes into Kramer into Galitli, who doesn't manage to put it into the back of the net. Is it Esteval? Esteval. Yeah, it is Esteval. I'm pretty certain that's what I was saying to begin with. Mancini into Mullen, back into Toma into Mert. Fancy, interesting name. That's his first name, by the way. The second name is Comer. Comer's not that hard either, but I like Mert. Mert's like bird, but with an M. Cool. Mert on the ball, didn't score. Don't know why I'm continuing to talk about it. It's because he's got an interesting name. That's exactly why I'm talking about it. Trying to hit it out does O'Brien, and he manages to do it. Galitli looking for absolutely no one, but the defender, the goalkeeper for Ferenc Puskás, I thought was about to give it away, but the defender ended up giving it away. Marlon into Galitli. He doesn't score. He's offside anyway, so we'll let him away with it because he was offside. But I thought he was going to smash that one into the back of the net, continue his impressive goal-scoring form. I guess one goal's enough against the second-best team in the league. But, it would have been nice to put the cherry on top. But I will take just the normal ice cream because we have beaten Ferenc Puskás 2-1, finally taking them out of the Hungarian Cup. I knew it was the video that I should have shown you, and it is definitely our year to win this Hungarian Cup. There is no one else we should be beating that should be beating us. And we should go all the way. Another piece of silverware coming. I'll show you it at the end of the season. Hopefully we do make it all the way there. I doubt there'll be anything impressive in the Champions League. I mean, if we get past the second phase, which we've never gotten past before, and we go further, I'll definitely show you that. Instead, let's be honest, our team hasn't improved too much. We need to make some signings during January. It's just getting to that point where money is going to be needing to be spent, and currently our highest earner is on £37,000, and our team is considered to be 3-star reputation, 3.5-star reputation. Things are moving up. Things are looking up, actually. So let's not whinge too much. Big signings coming January. Big season coming, even though it was a very, very, very frightening start with 1 draw, 1 loss, 1 draw, 1-0 win. So good things coming now. It's taken 8 seasons, 4 back-to-back league wins in a row, because yes, we did win the league again, to finally, I think this time, win the Hungarian Cup. Now, we haven't won it yet. We have been in the final before. We've lost to Ferenc Puskás, I think, twice. It is painful. We don't want to do it again. Let's win it, finally. But before we do that, of course we're going over what happened. We have annihilated the league. I did not think we would do this well. We have absolutely smashed everyone else. 83 points, Ferenc Puskás second with 51. They weren't even second for a while. Kisvadra, who we're now versing in this game, were second place for most of the season. So Ferenc Puskás are really falling off. Zach Galitli, is currently top goal scorer, which is awesome to see because he has proven to be a really good player for us, as well as had some stats improve throughout the season. We brought in that new Russian signing during the transfer window because that's when he arrived. Wow, he is good. 13 goals from 12 appearances, 7.72 average rating. His stats aren't crazy, but there's something about our tactic that is just working for him, and I love him. Kabanov, great signing. Not the only one we brought in during the transfer window, though. We did manage to make some sales as well. A sad one to see, well, not Marinkovic go. We bought him in for $1 million, sold him for 1.4. See, making profit as per usual. Jake O'Brien has left the club for £5 million. He was a great player. Bought him in for 400k, sold him for £5 million. I knew he was aging, so a great tip as to as soon as you think they're going to start aging and going to be overtaken by other players soon, just sell him. And that's what ended up happening. He was starting to be overtaken by Petit and Vasquez, of course, who came in at the start of the year. So I didn't see much point in keeping him around. If I had the opportunity to sell him to $5 million, I cashed in on $5 million. Next player we sold is Laszlo, who was, again, not a very good player for us. £2.9 million he came in for. £8 million he was sold for. Young player, got a bid. No complaints. I didn't end up wanting to stay. Requested a transfer because we only played him 5 times. £3.5 million. I told you I would sell him for a profit. Probably could have gotten him more for him if we did actually try harder. Pochettino. This one made me a little bit sad. But I just don't think he's actually that incredibly good. £18 million for Pochettino is awesome, obviously. But his stats they're all right. I just don't think he's £18 million worth of a right back. You know, if I got the chance to sign him for 18 mil, I would say no 100% of the time. So, as much as he is an Argentinian international, only 23 years of age, and was a great signing at the time, £18 million is a lot of money, and that does mean we now have £28 million in the transfer budget, as well as bringing in lots of players for next season, but you'll find out who they are next season. And our team is looking, oh no, we brought in players, we signed players as well. During the January transfer window, we managed to bring in, I want to say 5 players, starting off with this left back from Argentina, who can also play right back, so kind of a bit of a replacement. Even he, I think, is about as good, if not a bit better than Pochettino, because he's got that 5-star potential. Came in for £8.25 million, so a decent price, not too high, not too low, and has already gotten some appearances for the Argentinian national side, and has very good stats, playing well when he's on the pitch, competing against Mancini for that starting spot, but right now is starting because we have an injury at right back to the South African dude, Pakati, who was very good, by the way, and got bids of like £40 million. No, he didn't get bids of £40 million. I think he got a bid of like £30 million. So, very big bids. Didn't accept it though, because I think he's got very good potential, and he's a good player for us. You've already met Karbanov, great signing. You knew he was coming in, but still very special. Parmesano, new favourite player, just because his name's fun to say. Parmesano. If you say it with that sort of an accent, it's quite fun to say. Parmesano is looking awesome as well. Central midfielder, I think actually a better central midfielder than the South African man, and comes in, starter, played pretty well so far, 3 goals from 12 appearances, ball-winning midfielder, great signing. Nilo, who I think is eventually going to be the best right back in our team. Right now, not playing there, playing more out on the wing. But next season, I think I'm going to try and make him our right back because his stats work really well for that. 13 tackling. The 9 position is the only thing I worry about. Crossing, first touch. His finishing isn't incredible to be moving forward either. I think right back's his spot, so we're going to try him out there next year. And lastly, we brought in a new goalkeeper called Gonzalez, who's a reserve choice, but is pretty decent. Actually better than our second choice keeper currently, who was Higgins, who just was a bit mid. So happy to bring him in, and we still have Robert, who is now homegrown at club, which is hugely important. He's not homegrown at club. I thought he was homegrown at club. Some players are now homegrown at club. He's clearly not one of them. Is Martinez one of them? I feel like Martinez is. He's not. I thought these players were all homegrown at club. Okay, well, ignore that. Act like I didn't bring that up. But this is meaning that our team is now looking like this. If we had our best 11 out there, we would be playing Pakati at right back. Probably have a new left back from Argentina, Ronaldini on the reserve, all rotated with Mancini. They're about the same, to be honest, in terms of ability. Galetli has been starting out there. Mohaxi is still not great. He's actually quite bad, but I just keep persisting with him. I can't bring myself not to. I think he's going to come good eventually. Then in that central midfield spot, Forgax has not been starting. It has been Kremer, but he's just coming back from an injury. And he is a world-class player, also drawing attention from huge clubs. But luckily for us, we've kept him around. We've also kept around Petit for a long time now too, because we've signed him on a new deal that is coming at the end of the season. So good news all around. And of course, League went well. Champions League, not great. Again, we got out of the league phase quite low down actually, but we got some challenging sides. I didn't think we actually played bad. You know, we lost to Roma, who you'd expect to lose to. We beat Panathinaikos 4-0, which you'd expect. Then we beat Lugano, who I don't even know who they are, 3-0. Arsenal we lost to, you'd expect that. Bayer Leverkusen we lost to, you'd expect that. Atletico Madrid we lost to, you'd expect that. And Chelsea we drew, which you wouldn't expect. I think we got drawn difficult teams, and then we drew Inter Milan and lost 3-0 in the first knockout stage. I really do just think it's unlucky. We're going to have to get lucky one season and beat a team that is, well, just draw a team that's a bit average. I think Inter Milan ended up going, okay, only to the quarterfinals, to be fair. But, still, it's a much better side than us. It's time. It's time. It's a long draw. I know this is season number 8. Trying to keep it interesting. It's going to be a few more. I think it took, I want to say, like 15 seasons at Queen's Park, and this one is a harder one than Queen's Park in my opinion. Queen's Park, not necessarily 15 actually, it might have been more, it might have been slightly less, but around that region I feel. This is the team that we're going with to finally win the final of the Hungarian Cup though. We've won everything else, well, the league, and we're out of the Champions League, so nothing else interesting is going on, and then we'll wrap up the season with the season review. It is Karbanov, it is Mohaxi, Martinez, Galitli, Parmesano, Forgax, Rinaldini, Opatit, Vasquez, who's ended up turning into a very good centre-back, 7.09 average rating, 6'6", love him, Mancini, and of course Robert in between the sticks. Might eventually be taken over by Gonzalez, that new goalkeeper, but right now, Robert's not done anything to make me think he needs to be dropped, and Gonzalez hasn't done anything when he's come off the bench, and actually did come off the bench in one game because we were winning like 4-0 in the Hungarian Cup, so I just brought him on. And a few games I think he's actually started. He's not done great, so I don't feel like I need to start him either. So Robert keeps his place for now. And actually, Galitli, now the captain, by the way. The captain is Below, who doesn't play at all, really. He's just on the bench. And actually, he's out with an injury currently too, or a suspension or something. Otherwise, he would be on the bench unless I severely mess it up. So Galitli's been wearing that captain armband as the vice-captain pretty much all season. Doing a pretty good job of it. He did get a red card the first time I gave him the armband. But since then, I think he got one more red card actually. So 2 red cards. But he's doing well. He's a top goal scorer in the league, as I said. He was playing striker until we brought in Karbanov as well, which is why he was scoring so much at one point. But Galitli, right wing, Karbanov, striker, I think it's creating more attacking output, so I like it. And Martinez, great switch to cam. Transitioned incredibly well. I want to say 12 assists. He's definitely the top assister in the league. I want to say only like 6 goals though, but you'd expect that from a cam. Not quite as many. Not the incredible start that I was expecting. Not quite the comfort that I was expecting as well, especially with literally having, well, the best 11 we have available. They shoot it just over the bar there. But only 1 shot to us and 52% possession. It's not the dominance I was expecting at all. I really thought that we were going to score by now, be up on shots. But we're down on shots. I have called this far too early. This may not be a walk in the park that I literally did say we have already won the Hungarian Cup at the start of this episode as Galitli does hit the woodwork. But that is now a second shot. It's not great, is it? Although Mohaxi does pick up the ball. Let's hope that this is an attacking highlight for us. Plays it into Martinez, into Forgax, who's come off the bench recently after being injured for a while. He's miles offside, I'm not even getting excited. Come off the bench recently after being injured for a while and been playing quite well, so hopefully he does well in this game. He's getting a 7.0. His stats are still really good. He's just now considered, I think, 2-star current ability, which is harsh in my opinion. And we did at one point think he was going to be the star going forward. But hey, when you have 5-star potential, you don't actually know if that's 5-star potential as in world class or just 5-star potential because your team's a bit average. We've been shocking. We've been absolutely terrible. This is a terrible performance so far. 5 shots to 5 and 50-50 possession. We are literally on an even playing field right now, and we shouldn't be, and we've just shown it there. Karbanov scoring with that 6'6" head of his. Martinez has gotten a lot of assists from corners as well, to be fair, with targets like Vasquez and Karbanov in there. We did lose O'Brien, who last season I want to say scored 9 goals and player of the season, so I do feel kind of bad that I sold him. But, you know, bigger and better things, and well, he's not bigger, but he's younger and probably going to end up being better than O'Brien was. And Vasquez there heading it over the bar is again a reason why we're scoring so many goals from corners. They're just tall. They win the headers all the time. 60 minutes gone, and they've only had 1 more shot this half, which makes me think maybe we are taking a bit more control of possession, taking a bit more control of the game. Actually, the possession hasn't really changed, 48%. But our shots have gone up significantly. So maybe we just had a bit of nerves. We've eased into it. Let's get some substitutes out there to make sure we do go all the way to the final whistle. Esteval is going to come on. He's not been crazy good this year. And in fact, actually, I haven't played him all that much. But 1 goal, 7 assists. I think 2-star currently. I've talked about this before. I think it's really harsh. I think he's actually quite good. Perhaps I overpaid at £6.5 million for him. But I'm probably going to hold on to him because when he does come on, he's fine. So I'm not stressing. I'm not worried. Hopefully we don't lose too much money on him in the end, though. Maybe not my best deal. But yeah, at the time, remember, I thought he was going to get a lot more potential. We're also going to bring off Petit. No, we're not. Those centre-backs are very solid. Forgax, he's looking a bit tired. He's playing well. We're going to bring on Aguimang, who has completely lost his place, which feels quite harsh because, again, pretty fine this season. Not quite as good as last year, though. But pretty fine. Like, did some decent stuff, scored some goals, got some assists. But just the quality of players that we have to replace. Now, Martinez, that is a great goal. If that stands, I think it is going to as well. That is a top quality goal. Is it on? It is on. Forgax into Martinez. That is tiki-taka at its best. And we're playing Gegenpress. Look at that. Get a Karbonov into Galetli. Galetli sees the ball through to Mohaxi. Mohaxi into Martinez. Tapping. I guess that's the beauty of having a striker at cam. He can finish them every time he gets the opportunity. Although you'd kind of expect anyone to put that one into the back of the net, literally on a silver platter. But just with the quality of the players, like he's not better than Kramer, he's not better than Palmisano, he's not better than Martinez, Galetli. He doesn't have the same potential of Mohaxi. Love-hate relationship with him, but he's just not the best option anymore. And even players on the bench, I was saying about that young Chilean dude, the right winger that we brought in, that I'd like to play right back. He's better than him too. So, you sign players you think are going to be around for a couple of years, turn out to literally only be around for 1 year or 2 years, and he's probably going to get sold at the end of the season as long as we can recoup that 5.5 million, which at the time felt like a bargain, and now I feel fine that I'm rambling about different things. 3-0 now with Karbonov putting in his second goal to make it 3-0. It is certainly going to be our day. It is going to finally be the Hungarian Cup to complete our trophy cabinet of things we needed to do in Hungary. Yes, there is only 2 things that you can win in the Hungarian top division, the Hungarian Cup and the Hungarian top division. But we also won the Hungarian second division, so let's, we've won every single thing physically possible in Football Manager, apart from, I guess, the playoffs in the Hungarian division. But we'd have to get relegated to do that. We don't want to get relegated, eh? They are attacking us, though, so game's not over yet. We have won it back. I have a feeling this is going to be our chance. Esteval does lose it, but Aguiman wins it back. Martinez, Galetli, Karbonov looking for a hat-trick. I think he's going to be unselfish, though, and play it in. He does into Galetli, and Galetli puts it in. 4-0, stamp of approval on. And just the last substitutes are going to come on now. Toma is going to make his way on for Palmisano. We're also going to bring off Martinez. And we'll bring on Mert, who is joining us at the end of the season. That was the entire plan. When we brought him in, we knew his contract was expiring at the end of the year. And we've played that out perfectly. What a trick. If you guys do that in Football Manager 2, let me know down in the comment section below. Because it is an intelligent thing to do. Sign a player on loan. I don't care enough. I've accidentally subbed the wrong person, but I just can't be bothered fixing it. If you sign a player on loan that's expiring at the end of the season, you often can get them on a free. And like the team came to me, Juventus came to me, and they're like, "Oh, you're not playing him enough, mate. I've already signed him for the end of the season. Why do you care? He's not. He's pretty much just my player now. He's he's on loan for you for another 6 months." And then he's just coming straight to us. There is nothing you should be caring about him anymore. I don't understand it. There's no bonus for playing him either. So not a clue. Champions of Hungary, not only in the league, but also in the cup. Finally, as Galetli, a New Zealander of all people, not just me being the New Zealander, him being the New Zealander, is raising the trophy to see us win the first cup and hopefully not the last as we go for the Champions League in the future. But we're going to have to continue improving the side. And to be fair, the £26 million, it was £40 million at one point, by the way, but I did spend quite a lot of it already, as you can see, is going to go a long way to make sure we do exactly that. Champions League is the goal. Let's see what the season review says. Would you look at that? We got the new record high points. That is lovely. And a new clean sheet record for the entire division. Beautiful. 18. And Galetli has won most player of the match awards. I took a second to read that. Well done. He must have also been the top goal scorer. Goalkeeper of the year goes to Robert. Good to see, because Robert hasn't actually won that before, I don't believe. So 15 goals conceded, 18 clean sheets. Yeah, our defence has shored up a lot more this year in comparison to last year. Actually, let's have a look at that. Last year, how many goals did we concede? Our goal difference this year is 67, and we conceded 16, goals against 16. Last year, 29. That is a big difference. That's nice. Mancini, Opetit, Vasquez, and Robert all in the best team. And then only Cremar. Mate, that is interesting. I mean, Galetli, Cremar, and Martinez are all apparently the best three players in the league. But, okay, cool. Galetli winning the award. Unsurprisingly, the only other person I thought might have a chance would be Gabanov, because he's been in so short and scored so many goals. But I think Galetli, top average rating, very good assists, very good goals. Yeah, he's the player of the season, 100%. And he is the top goal scorer with 22. See, I've always hit it. You just need like 20 goals, and then you're the top goal scorer. And it looks like we have that in Galetli, and of course, our new Kabanov up top. And some new signings. Sneak peek for next episode. Transfers coming very soon, and season review now. 2 trophies. That is nice to see. Okay, season review time. The arrivals. Kabanov, I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. He has been incredible since he was signed. Looks like we're getting good ratings all around here. No one less than a B- at the moment. And Parmesano, good signing, is the lowest currently. Lots of A+. Marlon was a great signing on a free. He made a big difference in the Champions League, scoring 5 goals and getting 1 assist. Not like incredible, but I think he actually was a very good rotation option to have. Yeah, no lower than B-. I made good signings this year. Happy with the league, obviously. Happy with the Champions League. Happy with the Hungarian Cup. Nothing exceptional, though. All B- or C+. And we won the Cup and the league. I guess I've set those expectations now. It'll be interesting to see what the board wants us to do next year. Lots of things going down again, and that was even down from the year before, which is gutting to see. We need to go further in the Champions League if we want to see that improve. But our reputation is our 3.5 star. I know it wasn't actually at the start of the season, or at least at the very end of last season. Galetli's managed to get the top shirt sales with Parmesano, Mohaxi below, and Marlon in behind. Kabanov, Mohaxi, Martinez, Galetli, Parmesano, Cremar, Mancini, Opetit, Vasquez, and that's harsh to not put. Oh no, because we got rid of Pochettino. Ronaldini, I would have put in South African dude, and Robert. Apart from that, it's fine. Galetli, definitely the player of the season. Definitely the young player of the season. Kabanov, definitely the signing of the season. I do agree with all of that. Parmesano with the goal of the season. Yeah, and other stuff coming in. Beautiful. Good stuff. I forgot to mention one thing. Lago, I forgot his name because we haven't played him all season. He just came back from an injury for the entire year, 9 months out. And in the last game of the season, he got to come on and he scored a goal off the bench. I just thought that was beautiful. It was a great finish too from outside the box. I thought it might have gone in goal of the season, but it didn't quite. Are we doing anything in the best 11? We've got to be having some players inducted. Pochettino is now on the bench. Nah, he's ahead of Boa in my opinion. I think they have a bias for like people back in the day. You know, like Etete, don't get me wrong, love Etete. He's gone to Portland now on a free transfer. I missed that. Oh, I'm gutted I missed that. But he had one good season. One and a bit good seasons. I feel like he's bench, you know, like I don't know. I think they're just being a bit generous there. He was great, though. He was amazing for a season, though, to be fair. What do they want from us next year? That's the important thing, actually. There's all stuff I feel like we just have to accept. They want us to win the division, and they don't care about the cup, I don't think. I hope. Because the cup always seems to mess us up. I don't think they say anything about the cup. And just be competitive in the Champions League. Eventually that will change, but for now, that is fine by me. Ioane lifts the trophy. What did he do? Oh, he won the Division 2. Did he do well? 5 goals, 6 assists. Yeah, I love Ioane. He's got a special place in my heart, but he's never going to be anything special, unfortunately. And that goes for all of our loan players. You know, like we really did think putting in those hours into like Falusi and Ioane would really make a difference. Just didn't. Probably going to keep them around for the homegrown at club, but yeah, just not quite the perfect players. Yeah, we're not selling him for £3.5 million. Okay, end of season. Beautiful stuff. Good year. Next year is the year. We are going to get past the second round of the Champions League. I'm telling you right now. That is our goal. That is what we're going to do. Top 8, or at least just beating the top 24 teams. Let's do it. See you next time. Bye.